patents are filed by individual employees of large corporations like Facebook, Google, and Apple and Amazon. And this is to protect their intellectual property from being used by a competitor. So I file something in the patent process, it goes through and I'm awarded that patent. We don't know, for instance, however, what is occurring in some of these black box simulations, these algorithms, these AI-based algorithms. We can't see the actual code. We don't know what's going on. And it's a bit like the secret ingredient in KFC or in Coca-Cola or in so forth. And the Google PageRank is a great example of that. Now, one of the issues with that, when we are not transparently seeing what's in the actual patent, is that we could be manipulated in a way we never thought possible. I'll give you an example. When I search up something on Google, the responses I get and the advertising I get targeted with is completely different to your console, because it's taken our preferential history and determined the kinds of things that we like. You know, why is it when we are on Gmail conversing about something privately, let's just say it's which degree I'll do next, that I get a whole host of degree offerings coming from a place near me? It's because of AdWords and how that works. And unfortunately, that kind of discriminatory actioning is affecting the way that some minority groups are being portrayed online. For instance, there have been many court cases over people's surnames being entered into the website, and when somebody does a search, for example, on one of the cases, the name was Trakulia, particular types of pictures would come up on the image repository of the Google search engine. And Trakulia actually took Google to court to say, you have somehow associated my surname with all of these bad acts. I was not involved. Why is your algorithm doing this so that when people in my relationship or physical space enter my name or are associated somehow with me having a future employment opportunity, all these criminal things come up on the screen? How dare your PageRank do that? And so what we see now, for example, if you put in the word crime, you're going to get a lot of black ethnic minority people coming up on your image repository. And why? Why is there this direct association in our algorithms forcing us to almost stereotype people into some kind of funnel because they are of a particular character? You know, all black people don't commit crime. You know, and you could go on and on and on. If your registers are full of stories on criminality that have to do with black ethnic minority groups, then of course you're going to get them coming up in crime rank pages where you've put in a query about crime in a particular hotspot. And unfortunately, this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy is occurring in other law enforcement applications which are behind closed walls. But how are we determining, for instance, the kind of artificial intelligence we will be now placing on the web? Many of us don't realize we're interacting with chatbots. We don't realize that the machines, there is no human behind the console that we are interacting with. And yet our discussions, our conversations are being analyzed just like they are in in Amazon Alexa right now. We are micro-analyzing scripts of people as they're conversing with Amazon Alexa to determine what their likes and preferences are. But that kind of thing done on a mass scale is not only micro-targeting individuals that have these IoT devices in their homes, but they are also predetermining the kinds of people certain maybe social demographic groups are, where they reside, based on their preferences and so forth. So I think these self-fulfilling prophecies are actually going to cause a lot more trouble than we realize in society, and unfortunately will deepen existing stereotypes, racial stereotypes, LGBT stereotypes, stereotypes to do with demographics, in particular poor neighborhoods, for instance. And it's a bit like the poverty cycle. We get stuck in that cycle because the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. In the case of our online world with these algorithms, well, we're just going to exacerbate the existing stereotypes more and more. I think we're going down a very dangerous path of how people are being categorized and being sold messages